Hey there, it's Seb by the Realtor here. In this video, I'm going to show you a surefire way to lose a ton of money in real estate. If you're worried about buying a home and losing your shirt on it, then you definitely want to watch this video. All right, so today I was out looking at some homes in San Jose and actually also in Campbell and Los Gatos and a few other places around. And I went and I saw one house that really knocked my socks off, and not in a really great way. So there's a really important thing I believe that you really need to understand when you are looking to buy some real estate or further improve, shall we say, or invest in a piece of real estate that you may buy. And that is that you really want to always keep in mind that someday probably you're going to want to sell the home. And when you do want to sell the home, you want to make sure that it is a marketable home, a home that will find a ready pool of buyers in good markets and in bad markets. And so that means, always buying in like a good school district, for instance, and always buying on like a quiet interior street, for example. Never buying a home that is next to a freeway or a sewage treatment plant or under a airport flight path, that kind of thing, right? You always want to try and buy, the best location that you possibly can, and a really popular kind of home, which there are always buyers for. Now, I am thinking about how a few weeks ago, one of my colleagues at Compass, he closed a sale of an $8 million home in Saratoga. Interestingly enough, I believe the price started out at around $11 million, but they were finally able to close it at just a little bit above $8 million. And it was a beautiful house. I did not go and see it. I saw the pictures. Lovely home. And the agent said that he had a really hard time selling the home. Took him months and months and months, and ultimately it sold for a lot less than the seller was expecting to get for it, because the seller had done a lot of improvements to the property that were very specific to that individual, to his tastes, for his wants and needs, for his own personal dream home in Saratoga. Unfortunately, the people who are buying homes in Saratoga these days, they were not looking for his dream, for his version of a really cool house in Saratoga. He spent a lot of money on a design that really did not have mass appeal. And so he actually did end up losing quite a bit of money on all that stuff that he put into his house, because frankly, it did not add any value. While it cost him a lot of money and was very well done, it added no value to the home whatsoever, because there was no real market for the improvements that he made. Now, this makes me remember one of my favorite episodes of $1 Million Listing New York, when Frederick Eklund, one of the stars of the show, is talking to one of his clients who had done a lot of custom improvements to some fabulous Manhattan penthouse or whatever, I forget. And Frederick was explaining to the guy that while what he did was very nice, there wasn't really anybody who's going to pay for what he had done. And Frederick said, "Look at this suit that I'm wearing. This suit cost me $2,000. Would you buy this suit from me for $2,000? And the answer is no. Of course he would not buy that suit from him for $2,000, because probably it didn't fit him, obviously, right? Probably not his style. And even if it were his style, and even if it did fit him, would he want to buy a used suit for $2,000? Probably not, because he could get a brand new suit exactly how he wanted for that same $2,000. So why would he pay Frederick $2,000 for that suit? And so what I like to tell my clients is that, listen, if you are doing one-of-a-kind improvements to your house, or you buy a one-of-a-kind house, that is not really a good thing from an investment point of view. Because if in fact it was a design that was really popular, that people actually liked it, it wouldn't be a one-of-a-kind, because people would copy it, and there would be all kinds of houses that are just like that design, that genius design that you came up with, but nobody else wants a house like that. That's why it is one-of-a-kind. But that is why you find hundreds of thousands or millions of California ranch houses in California. That's because the ranch house design, that is a very, very popular design. People love it. I love ranch houses. I have a ranch house. Just about everybody in California really likes a ranch house. If you own a ranch house and you're trying to sell it, you will find a ready market for that ranch house. Now, I'm going to show you another ranch house that I saw today, which is what prompted this whole video. Let's go take a look. Now, as we walk through this house, I'm not going to tell you where this house is, but it's a house that has been on the market now for about 6 weeks or so, which in a time when the average days on market for homes selling in Santa Clara County is somewhere around 8. If you are 6 days on market, you are a very, very long time on market. And so it is clear to me that this home is, lovingly created. Somebody put a whole heck of a lot of time, money, and effort into making their dream home. But as I was walking through this house, I could not help but feel that it would be really hard to find a buyer who would want to pay anything like what they are asking for this house. They were asking over $3 million for this house, and a lot of really quality materials went into there, a lot of careful thought and planning, I am sure, but there are very few buyers who I think would want to pay $3 million for this house. It's just too specific to the person who designed it all, who built it all. I think, it's shocking to say, but I basically think this beautiful house, which is really gorgeous in some ways, some people may say gaudy and overwrought, but if you're actually in the home, it is quite lovely, but the style is just too heavy. I think that most buyers, as they go through this house, they're going to say to themselves, this house is a gut job. They would just have to tear out all of this stuff, which means that all of those improvements that the owner made to the property, these are basically negative improvements. The house would be worth more money if he hadn't done any of that and he had just left whatever was there before. And probably this was actually a ranch house, a California ranch house that he then decided to really make into his own personal palace of style. But again, unfortunately, it is a one-of-a-kind house, but I just don't think that there is anybody who's going to see that same kind of value as the owner of this house did. So my advice to you, if you are going to be doing any kind of major renovation to your home or buying any of these, really distinct, heavily stylized homes, is to take a step back and really think about that. If you are concerned about resale value, if you are concerned about not losing a ton of money when you go to sell your home, because when you do this kind of work to your house, this is the experience that you are probably going to have on market. It's going to sit because you're going to be asking way too much money for it. You're going to be thinking about how much money you put into the project, not about how much it's going to be worth to some other buyer. So that is my very good advice for you. If you want to lose a ton of money in real estate, do something like the owner of this house did, and you will for sure lose your ass. All right, well, that is all I have for this video. I hope you did enjoy watching it. And if by any slim chance you enjoyed it, I'm guessing, just a guess, that you might also enjoy some of these videos over here. These are some of the most popular videos here on my YouTube channel, so please do check those out. All right, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and please stay tuned.